All right, so please make sure your phones are on silent or it is vibrating. All right. So let's look at some problems from, let me give you some information first that I think will help you on your test. And you can take the information and write it on your test before you get started, and you won't be cheating. So she probably gave all this already, but you can write this on your paper, and this will help you to solve some of your problems. So remember, if you give it a problem, if the problem have what? Plus signs, that means your factor's gonna have what? Plus signs also in your answer. Okay? And if the problem has a minus sign before a plus sign, that means that both your signs are gonna be what? Minuses in your answer, or two negatives. Okay? And you are adding in that particular part of your problems. Okay? If the plus sign comes before the minus sign, that means it's going to depend when you write out your answer. You're going to have a negative and a positive in your answer for your factors. All right? And if you have both minuses, the sign's going to depend also. One's going to be a minus and one's going to be a plus. And this one, you're going to be subtracting. As you write that on your paper, that will help you a lot as you work out your problems on your test. And she might have it on the board. Okay? So the step we're going to follow is, you can still see it right here. My first step is to do what? Look for what? GCF first. When you do your problems, look for the greatest common factor first, if it has one. If it does, you take that out first. Then the second thing you do is, you're going to apply what's called the AC method. Okay? Once you apply the AC method, then your third step is to do what? Rewrite the problem based on those factors that you found. Then your fourth step is to regroup. And once you regroup, your last step is to factor out that common factor. And then you have your answer to your problem. All right? So you can write this down also on your paper, on your stretch paper, so you have something to remind you how to work the problems out as you go. All right? So let's look at some problems. I'm going to look at some problems first for the fellas over there, and then we'll go to some of the problems on the review sheet. All right? So let's look at this problem that I found first. M to the second power plus 23 mn plus 42 n squared. All right, let's look at that first. First of all, look for what? A GCF. Do this problem have anything in common that can be factored out? Because we have a 23, we have a 42, but do we have a number in the front right here? No. So there's no number in common. Look at our variable. We have an m squared, mn, and a what? N squared. Are all three of these terms sharing the variable somewhere? No, they're not. So there's not a GCF to take out. So let's go to our next step. Let's do the AC method. So the AC method said this. You take the what? The first term and times about the what? 42, the last term. So you say 1 times 42. And what's 1 times 42? 42. And we're going to take some factors of 42 so that when we add, we'll get what? A positive 23. So we're adding to get what? 23. All right? That's how you set it up. Whatever you find when you do your multiplication, you got to find some factors of that particular number to add to get what's in the middle, which is 23. And since we're adding, that means our sign has to be the what? the same. Okay? So what are some factors of 42 you think would add to give us 23? 2 and what? 2 and 21. Now I think some of y'all problems are gonna be trying to find those factors. That takes a while if you're not good with your multiplication. So you get you a problem, like he told me to answer in what? Less than a minute. So if you can't figure out what those factors are in about a minute time, go to your next problem and come back to that problem later. You can't do it just like that. Okay? So what can we multiply to get, add to get 23? 2 and what? 21. But 21 times 2 is what? 42, right? And what's 21 plus 2? 23. Now we go to step 3. We're going to do what? Rewrite. So take these factors and rewrite our middle term as those factors. So you're going to say m to the second power plus what? 2m, then plus what? Well, I'll take that back. Because we got a what? A variable right here and a variable right there, right? So you say m what? N. And then what? 21 mn plus 42 n squared. Huh. Once we rewrite it, now we do what? Regroup it. So you go to your first set and the last two sets, and we're going to regroup those to another set of factors. Okay? So what do m squared plus 2mn, what are they sharing? They all share the m. So we're going to take that out. And then we're going to do what? Divide. Right? So what's m squared divided by m? M, right? And what's 2mn divided by m? 2n. Because the m does what? Cancel out. All right, this step is division, right? Once you take out that common factor on scratch paper or on the side of your paper, you're really doing dividing. You're saying m squared over m or 2mn over what? M. To give what goes inside your parentheses. Right, that's scratch work. Or up there. Okay? Next side, what do 21 and 42 have in common? Well, the variable, yeah, you want to get it backwards, they can. They're both sharing a what? N, right? Okay, N. But what about the 21 and 42? 21. And don't forget to bring down that sign that's in the middle. Bring that down first, then take out those factors. We're going to be 21 N. Okay? Now we can do what? Divide. What's 21 mn divided by 21 n? M. Okay? And now what's 42 n squared divided by 21 n? 2n. Y'all see that? Once you take out that common factor, you divide to go with the C, to go with the side of your parentheses. Okay? If you do everything right, this is supposed to be the what? The same. If these are not the same, you gotta go back in your problem and see what you did wrong. Or for these two to be the same. Okay? Once they're the same, you go to your last step, is to do what? Factor out the common factor. So if these two are the same, you bring that down first. Then what's left over is the other part of your answer. So the answer is m plus 2n times m plus 21n. All right? Anybody have any question about that problem? Anyone? Okay. As you can remember this part right here, they'll help you out on your test. When y'all take your test tomorrow?
On Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay. Let's look at another example. Let's look at, I just have my eye on it. 16 r to the third power plus 80 r squared plus what? 100 r. Okay? Let's look at that problem. Is there a GCF to take out? Yes, it is. What do 16, 80, and 100 have in common? You think? I had to work it out, together. You said 2?
I said 4.
4?
2.
we got the greatest common factor. Not just any factor now, the greatest one. Is use a small number, maybe going the same thing over and over again. So we said 4. What's 4 might be our greatest common factor. Let's look and see. So we're gonna take out a 4. Now are they all sharing the same variable?
R.
Yeah, they all share the same variable R. So we're gonna take out a what? A R. So our GCF is gonna be what? 4R. Alright? Now we're gonna do what? Divide. What's 16R to the third power divided by 4R? What's 16 divided by 4?
4.
And what's R to the third power divided by R?
4.
R squared, right? Okay? Plus, what's 80 divided by 4? 20. R. Then what's 100 divided by 4R? 25. And the R is going to do what? Cancel out. All right? That was the highest one for did work. Okay, am I losing anybody? Okay. Now, this is what we got to work with right here. Okay, so let's apply our method again. We took out the GCF, so let's go to step 2, the AC method. We're going to multiply 4 times 25. So you say 4 times 25, which is 100. And we are going to add to get what? Positive 20, right? We're adding to get 20. So what are some factors of 100 that we can add to get 20? 10 and 10. All right. Everybody see that? Okay. So now we're going to do what? Rewrite it. Bring down the 4R. We threw it there for now. 4R squared plus what? 10R plus 10R, then plus what? 25. All right. And now we're going to do what? Regroup it. So we're going to take the first set and then the last 2 sets. Okay? So what do 4 and 10 have in common? A 2. What does R squared? They're both sharing what? The same variable R, so we're going to take out the R. Okay? And now we do what? Divide. What's 4R squared divided by 2R? 2R. What's 10R divided by 2R? 5. All right, wherever this sign is in the middle, you bring that sign down. Okay? Now go to the next set. What do 10 and 25 have in common? 5. Do they have any variables in common? No, they're not sharing anything at all. So now let's divide. What's 10R divided by 5? 2R. And what's 25 divided by 5? All right. And since we had that on the outside, no parentheses, bring that down. Okay? Now, since these 2 are the same, we're ready to do our last step to factor out. So you bring that down, and then what's left over is going to be what? The other part of your answer, which is 2R plus 5. I think Ms. Dixon wants you all to put it in brackets, and she got them on the outside, and you bring it down like that. And that's your complete factored answer. All right? Anybody have any question about that problem? Anybody? Okay. So let's look at some more before I go to the problems on y'all handout. Okay? Let's look at one more, then I'll go to the handout. Y'all let me know if I'm going too fast or I'm not going fast enough, if you don't understand what I'm saying. So let's look at this problem. 2x to the second power minus 13x minus what? 24. Okay? So the first thing again, look for a GCF. Do we have anything in common amongst our numbers? No, we do not. Are they sharing a variable? No, they're not. Because in order to share an egg, they have a what? x down there. But then x down here, so they are sharing anything in common with the variables. Okay? So they go to step 2. Let's apply our AC method. So multiply what again? First term times the what? Last term. One times, I'm sorry, 2, right? 2 times a negative what? 24, right? Which was what again? Negative 48. So now we gotta find some factors of this number that's gonna subtract to give us a what? Negative 13. So we're subtracting in order to get a negative 13, which means that our signs are gonna be what? Different. We're gonna have a positive and a negative. Okay? So what are some factors of a negative 48 that we can use to get a negative 13? 3 times 16. Which one will be negative? 16. The 16 gotta be negative. All right. 3 and negative 16. If you can't get your factors, just like that, or at least in a minute's time, go to the next problem and come into that problem later. Because I want you to spend your time trying to find factors. When you go to another problem, probably work it out just like that. So try to be smart when you take your test. Get you a problem, you have a hard time finding those factors, skip it, and come back to it later on. So you'll be wasting time on one problem. Okay? So we found it to be 3 and negative 16. Now we're going to do what? Rewrite it. 2x squared plus 3x minus 16x, and then minus what? 24. Okay? Now we're going to do what? Regroup it. First ones and the next two set. Out of 2x squared and the 3x, what are the only thing they have in common? Just the x. No numbers in common, just the x. Let's divide. What's 2x squared divided by x? 2x. And then what's 3x divided by x? 3. Bring down the what sign? The minus sign. All right. Next set. What do 16 and 24 have in common? 4. Nothing higher than 4? Anything higher than 4? 8. What do we have to use 4? Let's say for the sake of the problem. Let's say 4. What's 16 divided by 4 is? 4x. And then what's 24 divided by 4? 6. And you notice in here we still have something in common, don't we? Which would have been a what? A 2. So in that you should have had you what at first? 8. So always look for the highest factor first now. Otherwise you'll be doing like 2 or 3 more steps in the problem, and that's killing time. So take out the highest factor first now. Not whatever comes to your mind first, the highest factor. So you're gonna say 8. And then that's gonna be what? 2x, right? And since we brought down a minus sign, don't forget, to bring down a minus sign, you do what to the sign? Change it. Straight into a positive. And what's 24 divided by 8? 3. So don't forget when you do these problems, if you bring down a minus sign, whatever the sign is, you gotta change it. If it's a plus sign, you're okay. Alright? And so now these two are the same, we could go ahead and bring that down. And what's left over is going to be the other part of your answer. So the factor answer is 2x plus 3 times x minus 8. All right? Anybody have any questions about that? Anyone? Am I losing anybody?
Will you know when to put the number on the outside of the brackets to the
If you have to find a GCF first. If you have a GCF first, when you start your problem, that goes on the outside of the bracket. Otherwise, you keep doing the way it is. Like, let's see, let me give you a problem just like that. Let's look at this problem. 2x to the third y plus 6x squared. I'll take these x's out to make it simple. And then plus 4x. All right. Now, in this problem, the first thing you look for in all your problems is to look for a GCF first. If it has one, you take that out, and that's where you just bring on down as you work out the problem. If it doesn't have one, then you don't take out one. Okay? Now, what do 2, 6, and 4 have in common? 2, right? And what about the x to the third power, x squared, and an x? You take out a what? An x, right? Because they all share the same variable x. So this is your GCF out of this entire problem. And then we're going to go on the outside of your parentheses. Now as you work your problem out, you're going to just carry it on down until you finish your problem. Okay? That's when you know when to take one out, if there's one from the start. So what's 2x to the third power divided by 2x? X squared. What's 6x squared divided by 2x? 3x. And what's 4x divided by 2x? 2. All right? Now, then we got to work with this. This is what we're going to work with now. This is a simple problem. What's 1 times 2? And what 2 we need to add to get what? 3. All right? So 2 is prime. So what you must get, or add to get 3 is what? 1 and 2, or 2 and 1. All right? So we're going to rewrite it. X squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2. Parentheses, parentheses, bring it on down as you go. We're going to regroup what we got on the inside. What do they have in common? What are they sharing? They're sharing an x. They're going to leave with x plus 2. Bring down that plus sign. Are they have anything over here? Are they sharing anything? Or do they have anything in common? If there's nothing in common and they're not sharing anything, always use a what? 1. So you want to use 1. If there's nothing in common, if they're not sharing anything, always use a 1. Okay? And you just bring this down the way it is. We got a plus sign, right? So sign didn't change. All right? Now, these two are the same, right? Don't worry about the 1 being there, because 1 understood to be there. So these two are the same. So you bring down x plus 2. What's left over is your answer. And then, since it was on the outside, well, I forgot to put it down here, Dan. Parentheses, parentheses, 2x. But Ms. Dixon wants y'all to use brackets. So brackets, brackets, 2x for your final answer. Yes.
Okay, when we get into the final answers, was in parentheses how they both got x plus 2? How come that's not the final answer? And it's the one on the outside of the parentheses.
These right here?
Mm-hmm.
Why they're not the final answer? It can be. It's a choice. They always say, just for the sake of doing the problem or the rule of thumb, whatever's the one that's in common, you write that down first. Then whatever left over, the other part of your answer. But you want to write it that way. You can say what you got on the outside. You can write that first if you want to. Then write down the what? X plus 2. It still means the same thing because it's cumulative. So it doesn't matter, but the rule of thumb is whatever it is in common, you bring that down first. Then what's left over be the other part of your answer. But you want to write it in the order that's fine. But for the sake of the test, do it that way. Okay? But nothing wrong with that at all. Any more questions about that? All right. So let's look at some problems from your handout. All right? Look at some problems from your handout. If y'all have a problem on the handout that you did and you got it wrong or you didn't understand, whichever one you want me to do, I'll do it. It could be in session 1 or session 2. We do some in part 1, we do some in part 2.
Can we do 11?
Number 11 in part 1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have 4p to the second power minus 52p plus 169. All right. So our first thing to do is look for what again? A GCF. Do we have anything in common in that problem from the start? No, we don't. They're not sharing a variable. 4, 52, and 169 don't have anything in common either. So let's bump down to the next step. Let's go to step 2. Let's use the AC method to figure out what our first is going to be. So what's 4 times 169? 676. And we need to add to get a what? Negative 52. So we gotta find some factors of 676. When we add, we will get a negative 52. That's a large number in there. Since we're adding, we know the sign gotta be the what? The same sign. So they both will be negative numbers.
It would be 13.
They're gonna be
13.
13 and 13? 13 times 13, not 676? 26 and 26. What 26 times 26? Somebody verify.
676.
676, okay. Negative 26 and negative 26. If it takes you a while to find those factors, go on to the next problem, come back to it later.
Can we just square root it? No,
All right, or if you just square root it, thank you. Yes, you can.
Wait,
Sometimes.
that's the best way to find the.
Sometimes,
Okay.
not all the
I'm
time.
talking about with big numbers.
Sometimes, yes, but not all the time. Sometimes you can. I think I brought that out yesterday, didn't I? So you can take the square root of that number, and that will sometime help you to find those two factors. Sometimes, not all the time. Okay? So you remember that. So now we're gonna do what? Rewrite it. You see what we're saying? Sometimes we get a large number, you take the square root of that number, it might give you those two factors. Sometimes that trick works. All right? So we got 4p squared minus 26 what? P. Then minus 26p. Then plus what? 169. All right? Now we're gonna do what? Regroup it. So first two sets and the next two sets. What do they have in common? 2. Out of the 4 and 26, they have a 2 in common. What about our variables? Are they share the same variable? Yes, they are. So we take out a 2p. Now we divide. What goes inside parentheses? What's 4p squared divided by 2p? 2p. What's 26 divided by 2? 13. And the p is going to cancel out, right? Let's go to the next set. Bring down that what? Minus sign, right? What do 26 and 169 have in common? Can you divide 169 and 26 in a number? 13. I thought I heard somebody say 26. 13. Do they have a variable in common? No. So what's 26 divided by 13? And so we brought down a minus sign, change that sign. And what was 69 divided by 13? 13. So don't forget, when you bring out a minus sign, whatever that sign is on the other side, you change that sign. Okay? And since these two are the same, we could bring that down first if you want to, or if you want to do it the other way around, you can. But for the sake of the test, bring this down first. Then what's left over is the other part of your answer. 2p minus 13 times 2p minus 13. All right? And if she had to recognize this from the start, this is called a perfect square, what? Polynomial. Because 4 is a what? Perfect square. 169 is a what? Perfect square. You could have said 2 times 2 or 13 times 13. You still would have got the same answer right there. But you don't know that. Just apply this method. Okay? All right? Because you know your perfect squares, right? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169. This is 196 and 225. Those are your perfect squares. So sometimes you get to a problem and you'll see that if it has perfect squares in it, you can solve it that way. All right? So this helps also, you put it down on your paper, on the side of your paper, on your stretch paper. So if you recognize that those were perfect squares, you could have only wrote it out like that, which is what? One being the same sign, because you got a middle term. Okay, yes?
Does it gotta be in brackets too?
No, it doesn't. Because there's no number on the what? On the outside. If you want to put it in brackets, you can. It won't count off anything, but you don't have to. But in number, let's look at number 9. Let me show you why they ever wanted to have brackets. Let's look at number 9. 32x squared minus 2. Okay? Let's look for a GCF first. What do they have in common? What do 32 and 2 have in common? 2. Okay? We're going to take it out first. Now let's divide. What's 32 divided by 2 is? 16. Everybody agrees it's going to be 16? All right, it's going to be 16 x squared minus, and what's 2 divided by 2 is? 1, right? So this is what we got to work with right here. And since we took out a common factor, when we get to our last part of our answer, we're going to use brackets this time, okay? So 16 times what? -1, right? First term times the last term. 16 times -1, which is a -16. And we are doing what? Subtracting to get, do we have a middle term?
No.
So we're going to use what for our number?
0.
0. Okay? Because there's no middle term. So we try to subtract to get a 0, which means that our signs are going to be what? Different. Okay? So what are some factors of a -16 they'll subtract to give us 0? 4 and -4. All right? 4 and -4. Okay? Now we're going to take these two factors and we're going to create a middle term since we don't have one. We rewrite it now. So this is going to become our middle. So you're going to say 16x squared plus 4x minus 4x minus 1. Okay, and do what? Bring down what? That 2 on the outside. Okay? So we created a middle term. All right? Now we do what? Find our greatest common factor. We're going to regroup in each set. Now, 16x squared and 4x. What do the 16 and 4 have in common? 4. Right? Are they sharing the same variable in this set? Yes, they are. So we take out that x. And now we're going to divide. What's 16x squared divided by 4x? Going to leave with 4x. And what's 4x divided by 4x? 1. All right. Bring down that minus sign. Do we have anything in common on this side? No, we don't. Nothing in common, always use a 1. Okay? And then you bring this down the way it is, but since we brought down a minus sign, change that sign. All right? And we're going to get out, turn it on the outside, so put the whole thing in parentheses again, and put your 2 on the outside. Okay? And now it says these two are the same. You can bring that down first. What's left over goes in the other part of your answer. And then in the end, we're going to do brackets. And then put the 2 on the outside. Okay? And that's your final answer. That's when you use the brackets. All right? Anybody have any questions? All right, give me another problem to do out of the review sheet that y'all think y'all have, struggle with. It'll be part 1 or part 2. Because the back page, y'all done those already. That should be not much of a problem. It's just the first page that's the major problem, so. Yes.
C squared plus 13CD plus 36D squared.
All right, number 7.
7.
Okay. So number 7 says C squared plus 13CD and plus what? 36D squared? All right. So the process is gonna be the same. Look for what? A GCF first. Do they have anything in common? Any variables in common? Are they sharing the same variable? No, they're not. Do we have any numbers in common? No, we don't. So no GCF. Because we'll go to our next step. Apply the AC method. So first term times last term. 1 times 36, which is 36. And we gotta add to get what? 13. So we're looking for some sign that's gonna be the what? The sign, because we're adding. So sign has to be the sign. So since it's plus plus, it's gonna be what? Plus plus. So what are some fractions of 36 we can add to get 13? 9 and 4. So again, if you couldn't tell me just like that, after like a minute or so, go on to the next problem and come back to that problem later. Okay? So it's gonna be 9 and 4. Now we're gonna rewrite it. So we got a variable right here, and a variable right here. You write your 2 variables in the middle. So C squared plus 9 what? CD, and then plus what? 4 CD, then plus 36D squared. You write it together like this, so you got 2 variables on the end like that. All right, now we're ready to do what? Ready to regroup. So we're gonna regroup this set and this set. What do this have in common?
C.
Just the C. And you're left with what? C plus what? 9D. And bring down the plus sign. What do 4 and 36 have in common?
2.
Higher.
4.
4. Right, I want the greatest common factor now. Find the greatest one, save you some steps. And out of your CD and your D squared, they both share what variable? The variable D. So what's 4CD divided by 4D? Gonna leave you with? Just what? The C, because the other 2 cancel out. And what's 36D squared divided by 4D? 9D. Because 36 divided by 4 is 9, D squared over D is just D. Okay? And since these 2 are the same, you write it down first. And what's left over is the other part of your answer. And that's your fractal answer. C plus 9D times C plus 4D. All right? I know you're not going to have time, but you want to check, you always like to check. Use the forward method, though, first turn, outer turn, inner turn, and last turn to check your answer. You should get the same thing you started back with. But if you could apply this method, you shouldn't have any problem doing your problems at all on your test. Okay? Give me another problem.
Number 5 for number 2.
Number 5 in part 2? All right, number 5 in part 2. We have 3n squared plus 30n equals to what? A negative 72. And the rest it says solve by factoring or 0 product profit. Okay? We want this side equal to what? 0. Okay, everything, this need to go back over this way.
Which means gonna turn to a positive.
Gonna turn to a positive. So now she don't show this step, like which I found out yesterday. What you're really doing is, you invert the sign like you said. You're really taking that number, you're gonna add it to both sides. And then that cancels out, like you said, gonna be what? 0. And you bring this down, 3n squared plus 30n plus 72. But like he said, whatever this sign is, bring it over to the other side by changing that sign. But that's what you're really doing. Okay? And now you just go back to what we're doing at first. Once you get the side to 0, follow your steps again. All right? So do they have anything in common first? Do 3, 30, and 72 have anything in common? Anybody? Yes? No? I don't know?
No.
What number is it? Number 5? Yes, they do have something in common. It's 3. 3 is a common factor out of the whole problem. So we're going to be left with what? N squared plus what? 10n What's 72 divided by 3? I forgot. Anybody? Calculator? What was it? 24. Equals what? 0. All right. Now we're ready to do what? Apply our AC method based on what we got inside here. So we're going to say 1 times 24, right? Which is just 24. So we are adding to get what? A positive 10. So we should find some factors that when we add, we would get what? 10 for our answer. Which means we're doing what? Using the same signs. So what are they going to be?
2 minus 12?
Remember, the sign will be the same. It'll be a plus, plus, or minus, minus. So we add to get a positive, it's going to be plus, plus. For 24, to get 10.
4 and 6.
4 and 6. You see what we're doing? It's going to be 4 and 6, all right? Now, if you had a whole different type of problem, your 2 and your 12 would have worked, but we're not doing that type of problem. So we were adding to get a positive number, 10. So that both your numbers got to be positive. So the only thing work is your 4 and your 6. So now we're going to do what? Rewrite it. N squared plus 4n plus 6n plus 24. Parentheses, and then do what? Parentheses, parentheses, put your 3, and then what? Equals 0. All right? Next step, do what? Regroup it. What do they have in common?
N.
The n. And we'll be left with what? N plus 4. All right? Next step. What does 624 have in common? 6. Bring down that plus sign. And we'll say 6 right. And what we left with? N plus what again? 4. And then we'll do what? Put the whole thing in parentheses. Bring down that 3. And say it will equal what? 0. All right. We good so far? Okay. These two are the same, right? So you bring that down first. Then what's left over is the other part of your answer. And what? Bracket, bracket, 3, and equal what?
0.
0. Are we finished? No. We're not finished. Because we said we equal to what? 0, right? So you take both of these factors and equal them to 0, set up both equals to 0, solve both of those, and you have your 2 solutions. Then you finish the problem. So you're going to say n plus 4 equals 0, n plus 6 equals 0. All right? You're going to do it for session 2.
Subtract,
Right, subtract 4 from both sides on this one. And so n is going to be what? Negative 4 on that one. And subtract 6 on these two. And n is going to be what? Negative 6. So solutions are negative 4 and negative 6. So remember in session 2, you're going to do that for each one of those problems. You're going to have 2 solutions for those problems. Okay? Any questions so far? All right, give me another problem to do. We got plenty of time. Give me some more problems to do.
Number 3.
Number 3 in session 2? Okay, number 3. All right, anybody still kind of lost or you kind of understand what's going on? You understand better what's going on? Okay, good, good. When is your test?
Monday.
Oh, you got plenty of time to come see us. You think, what today is Wednesday? You think you come out here tomorrow and see us? Think you need any help? It's on what? Oh, Greenwood. Oh, okay. Okay.
I come down here on Mondays and.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. But it just helped, you know. It's helping, okay, all right. Good. All right, so let's look at, what number you said again? Number 2, what number you said? 3. Oh, baby. Number 3 says 5a squared minus 26a equals what? 24. Okay? So we want this side equal to what again? 0. So in order to do that, we need to do what? Negative. Make this a what? Minus 24, and minus 24 over here. For this side to be 0, we got to subtract 24 from both sides. Alright? So we're going to have 5a squared minus 26a minus 24 equals what? 0. Alright? And now we do what? Look for a GCF. Do we have anything in common out of those three terms? No, we do not. So now we go to our next step, the AC method. Multiply the first term times the last term.
120.
What'd you get?
Negative
Yeah, negative 120. Don't forget about your negative side. A negative 120. And out of that, we gotta find some factors that when we subtract, we get a what? A negative 26. So we gotta subtract to get a negative 26. Okay? So since we're subtracting, that means our sign's gonna be what? Different. You're gonna have different signs. So we gotta subtract to get this number. Okay? So what are some factors of 120, negative 120, when we subtract, we'll get a negative 26. So when your calculator come in use, so you'll be dividing or trying to figure out what they're supposed to be.
4 minus 30.
4 and 30, 4 minus 30, it'll be a 4 and negative 30. Those factors will work. All right, see what I'm saying? They go on to the calculator and try to figure them out. So you usually go to the calculator and you figure them out. All right? But if you get stuck, go on to the next problem and come back to it later. Okay? So now we're going to be writing 5a squared plus 4a minus 30a minus 24 equals what? 0. Okay? Now we're ready to do what? Regroup it, right? So what do these two have in common?
A.
A. And we left with what? 5a plus 4. All right. Then bring down the what? The minus sign, right? Then what do these two have in common out of 30 and 24?
6.
Is it 6? I think it is. We're going to go with 6 for now and see what happens.
Is it a negative 6 or is it a negative 6?
Negative 6, right. Remember, the minus sign was in the middle, right? They brought it down. So you say negative 6 or minus 6. Means the same thing. All right? So we divide. What's 30 divided by 6 is?
5.
So we'll say 5a. Since you brought down the minus sign, that means our sign's going to do what? Change to a plus sign. And then what's 24 divided by 6? 4. Equals 0. All right? So again, remember, if these two are not the same, you're going to see where you messed up at. If they're the same, you keep on going. So if they're the same, we say 5a plus 4. Then you bring down what's left over, which is what? A minus 6 equal what? 0. Okay? And now you set both of these equal to 0. You solve both of those, and you have your what? Your two solutions, your answers. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. It'll be 5a equal to a negative 4. Divide both sides by 5. And a is going to be negative 4/5. Then on this side, we just what? Add 6 to both sides. And a is going to be what? 6. So your solutions are negative 4/5 and 6. You and me did some class. So she don't care about the, leave it as a fraction. She doesn't care about none of that stuff. So you leave it just like that.
With the second part, let's say let's say 5a minus 6. What's supposed to be a minus 6?
Right, 5a plus 4.
You don't worry about that 5. You just put a.
It cancels out. So on this side, we got 5a plus 4, you equal to 0. You subtract 4 from both sides first. We're going to have 5a equal to a negative 4. Then a is being multiplied by 5, so we're going to divide both sides by 5. That way the 5 will cancel out on that side. then A is gonna be a negative 4 field. That what you were saying? Asking? What you were asking?
I was talking about what a 6 was.
The 6 over here?
I thought it was a 5A.
It's A minus 6. The 5 was on this side with 5A plus 4. They're just A minus 6. Okay? All right. Any more questions? We got plenty of time. Give me some more. You got another problem to do? Yes.
I was gonna ask, when you have your final answer, is there a way of checking it to make sure it's correct?
Sure. You can go back and plug these into your,
Oh, yeah.
and see where you get 0.
Yeah.
It is. I do one for you right quick. So with 5, they do the 6. You say 5 times 6 to the second power minus 26 times 6 minus 24 and see where they give you 0. That's how you check to see you get the right numbers or not.
That's right.
Yeah, plug them in. But you won't have time to do all that for the test, so if you follow the method, you shouldn't have the problem guessing, second guessing your answers. But how you go back and check it though. All right. Another problem. 4, same section, section 2. All right, 4 says 4x squared minus 9 equals 0. Now, if you know anything about perfect squares, you will see this as a difference of what? 2 squares problem. This is called a difference of 2 squares problem. Okay? Because these are what? Perfect squares. You coming for me? All right. You coming for tutoring? Okay. You're going there. I'll be with you in a few minutes. All right. So if you recognize that from the start of the problem, that these are perfect squares, you can work this out without even having to go through this whole step right here. If you knew that. If you didn't know that, follow the steps. Because 4 is what? 2 and 2, right? And 9 is what? 3 and 3. And you're gonna write 2x minus 3, and then what? 2x plus 3 equals 0. Because those numbers were perfect squares. If you knew that. If you didn't know that, follow the steps. And you're going to derive it the same thing. So let's do it the other way. Do we have anything in common? No, we do not. So we'll do what? Multiply the first term to the last term, right? 4 times a negative 9, which is what again? A negative 36. So we got to do what? Subtract to get what? Do we have a middle term?
No.
So we're going to say 0, 0. So what factors up 36? We can subtract to get a 0. 6 and 6. So it'll be a negative 6 and a positive 6. All right? And we're going to do what again? Rewrite it. This is going to become our middle terms. So you're going to say 4x squared minus 6x plus 6x minus 9 equals 0. All right? Now we'll do what? Regroup the first set and regroup the last set. So what do the 4x squared and the minus 6x, what do they have in common? X and a 2. So you're going to say 2x. Parentheses. Okay. It'll be 2x minus what? 3. Okay? Everybody follow this so far? Bring down that plus sign. What do 6 and 9 have in common? 3. A 3. What's 6x divided by 3? And what's 9 divided by 3? All right. Equals what? 0. Then 9 divided by 3 is 3. And these two are the same, right? You bring that down. Then what's left over is what? The other part of your answer. And lo and behold, we got the what? The same thing. Okay, but we're not through yet, right? Because it equals 0, unfortunately. So we gotta go with this. But you see the difference, you see you're gonna derive the same thing, regardless of how you do it. If you know about your purpose square, if you recognize that when you see the problem, you can do it that way, or still follow the same process that we've been doing, for this album. Okay? You get the same answer either way. So we're gonna add 3 to both sides. Then divide by 2. So x is gonna be 3 over 2. And she don't mind about it being an improper fraction, you leave it just like that. And on the other side, we still have a 2x plus 3. So we're gonna subtract 3 from both sides. 0 minus 3 is a negative 3. And x is gonna be a negative 3 over 2. And those are your solutions. All right? Question.
About that, I got another problem.
You got any one more problem? We're gonna do one more problem, y'all. We're gonna call it a day.
It's on the back, the last question.
On the back. We got some more. You got some more? We got time. Because it said 2:30, we just got the 2:30.
It's the last one, number 2.
Number 2 on the back side?
The last one.
On the back side? Oh, okay. You wanna go on the back side. Everybody okay with that going to the other side of the paper? Okay.
Wait, no, I'm no, not. Number 2. Number 4 with the graphic.
The graphic one? Okay. If y'all gotta go, yeah, make sure you sign out on the other one that says, the one that says sign out. Make sure you sign out on those. By your instructor name. You see it?
You have to read it.
Yes. Everybody, everything, yeah, make sure you sign on that side, yeah. All right, what number you said?
The graphic, number 5, number 4. Roman number 4.
Roman numeral 4. Which one, 1, 2, or 3?
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's look at number 1. We have y equal to a negative 2x plus 4. All right, we need to do a XY table first. The graph, we do an XY table. Now you have choices when you do these type problems. You can, make sure y'all have a time that y'all leave. Y'all got that? Okay.
It's 2:30.
Okay. You could do the x and y intercepts, or come up to some points yourself and solve for the other variable. Okay? So if we do it this way, do an XY table. You could use -1, 0, and 1 for your points. It always say use 3 numbers. Make sure some of them are negative, some of them are positive.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter what numbers you use.
So it said I can use them now for everyone.
Every one of them problems. You can use it for this one, you can use it for, well, the next one's a little bit different. But you can -1, 0, 1, then for number 3, since it says 5x plus 2y equals 10, if you want to, you would say -1, 0, and 1. But for this problem, since the variables are on the same side of the equal sign, I would rather you use find the what? X-intercept and then the what? The y-intercept. Where you let the x be 0 to solve for y, then turn around and let the y be 0 to solve for x. For this problem, since both the variables on the same side. Or you can do the XY table and you whatever 3 numbers you want, you still should get your 3 numbers for the y part.
So basically, just plugging in numbers, go on the graph, like to match that. Like so, with the 5, it'll be 5 go to 0.
Right, you're gonna say you want to write for this problem. So you're gonna say x gonna be 0, right? So you say 5 times 0 plus 2y equals 10, because x gonna become 0. Then you do your computation work. Which 5 times 0 is 0, right? And 0 plus 2y is 2y, right? We divide both sides by 2,
Which is 5.
and y is gonna be 5. So that point's gonna be 0, 5.
Gotcha.
You put a addition sign on number 3 where Mine got,
It's a
I got
negative.
minus.
Oh, thank you. They're gonna change something then, thank you. So that means it's gonna be a
Negative.
-5. Okay, thank you. Okay? And then to find, that was the y intercept. We let the x be 0. Now to find the x intercept, you let the what? The y be 0. So you come out to the same problem, but this time you let the y equal to 0. So it'll be 5x minus 2 times 0 equals 10, right? And then 2 times 0, you know, is just what? 0, right? And 5x minus 0 is just 5x. You divide both sides by 5, x is gonna be what? 2. Therefore, it's gonna be 2, 0. Then you're gonna do your what? Coordinate plane thing. You know, you gotta draw that, do your little hash lines. So you always try to use small numbers so you don't have such a big number. Then you don't have such a big graph you can draw on paper and stuff like that. Try to keep the numbers small. That's why I always say you negative 1, 0, and 1 for the other two problems. So 0, -5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's down here somewhere. And then what? 2, 0, 1, 2. Right? Connect the dots, get a line, boom, boom, and there's your graph.
And for the second one, it's going
Is that a negative, is that a negative 5 right there?
Down here,
Yeah.
that's -5. Now for the second one, where it say y equals -2, that means what? Wherever you choose for x, the y gonna always be what? -2. So wherever you choose for the x, the y is gonna always be -2. So you can use whatever numbers you want for the x, that y gonna stay the same. -1, 0, and 1. But you wanna use some more numbers, you can. Then you just gonna graph it. You see the sign in the sheet over there? Okay. What, the sign out sheet?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what, -1, -2, over 1, down 2. 0, -2, 0 to the middle right, go down 2. Then 1 and -2. 1 play to the right and down what? 2. So it's gonna be what type of line? A horizontal line.
But can I just find that, -2, just put mine?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
No problem at all. This one right here, the
I'll
sign
come
sheet
back
on this.
if I need some more help.
If you need some more, please do. If you need some more help with anything before you take the test, come on back. Or you need help with anything in the future, come see us. We will gladly help you. All right. You got any more questions? Before we wrap this up? Oh, go ahead.
Do they have one of these for history?
I don't think so. You have to talk to your instructor or the chair to see if they have one. I'm not sure. You're welcome. Got it?
What time is it?
I got 2:38.
Kind of messed up right here too.
Go ahead, straighten that. That's fine. All right. Thank y'all so much for coming though. I really appreciate it. You got any more questions? You got any more questions? Go ahead. Okay. You good? All right.